All right, so an attempt today to try and get my AirPod Pros a little bit more comfortable and a little bit more pleasing to the ear as far as ceiling quality. I went and ordered a set of these Dekoni Bulletz, I think they're called. This is how they are shipped. Nice little packaging. These were 12 bucks. From Mass Drop, I want to say it was. I ordered these back in the end of April. And today is May 21st, so they took like a month to come from New Jersey to Pennsylvania. I don't know if that's a Mass Drop thing or if that's a Dekoni thing. I don't know if these are really new, but be forewarned, these did take a month to get here. You can get these straight from Dekoni, right around the same price. I don't know why I went to Mass Drop. But I think at the point that I ordered these, that was the only place you can get them. So I get the feeling that these are a rather new product. I went with the small. I keep the small in my ears for my normal day-to-day on the AirPod Pros. So hopefully these fit. Let's go ahead and unpackage these and see if they snap on good and see if they're any more comfortable. If you can see, that is confirmation. They do indeed have screens on them, if you can pick that up on the camera from that angle. It should provide a little bit of protection. I know a lot of people are curious about that. And they do have the nice plastic snaps that should go in well to the AirPod Pros. So let's see how badly I can fumble around with these on camera. Alright, snap those off, and oh wow, okay, they actually snap on pretty easily. Go ahead and get the other one out. And boom, alright, they snap on really easily, and again, you can see that grill in place there. These are not a true memory foam like some of the other competitors, but I think I found these on a YouTube review of a guy that was testing them and did say that these do form to the ear very good. So I'm going to go ahead and run these for a little bit, see if they make the experience more pleasurable, and I'll get back to you. All right, so I just did a quick couple-minute test with these. I'm going to run these through their paces, but initially it did not feel like they were much tighter or putting much pressure on my ears. Then I started listening to music for a minute or two, a couple minutes, and I do feel like they did exert a little bit more pressure in my ear canals. So I will say that it does take some time for them to expand into your ear and form to your ear canal. I always had a problem with my left side ear. It just felt like it was a little bit loose. So I don't know if my left ear canal is a little bit different size than my right one, but this did feel like these filled up pretty good. So now we're going to try the true test and see if these actually fit inside the case well and shut the lid. So, all right, that fits in, that snaps in, and boom, lid shuts good, and does not seem like there is any issues with it fitting inside the case. So +1 for that. We'll run these for a little bit with the lawnmower on, listen to some music, some conference calls, and really run them through the paces and see if these things do fix the problems that these stock earbuds had problems with. I didn't think that these were horrible, but if you are on a couple-hour conference call, which I am on sometimes, these do get a little uncomfortable in the ears. And like I said, that left one did feel a little bit loose sometimes. Certain scenarios, as you're walking, you kind of hear a little bit of clicking. Just general stuff to make me think that they weren't sealing that great. So again, we'll put these things through their paces. We'll let you guys know if these do truly provide a value, and then we'll do a follow-up to see how long they last. Because that's the other thing. I don't know how long these are going to last. Hopefully they would last a very long time, but time will tell. So let's see. All right, guys, so we're back about a week later after trying the Dekoni Bulletz earbud tips for the Apple AirPod Pros. And I gotta say, I am pretty impressed with them. There's a few quirks with them that I wish could be improved on just a little bit. But overall, these do the trick for keeping the AirPod Pros in your ear and making them a little bit more comfortable. One thing that I have found with these is that they are a little bit smaller than the AirPod Pro stock earbud tips. So I wear the small normally. These were a tiny bit smaller than the smalls. So that is something to think about when you're ordering. I maybe would have ordered a medium if they would have made that clear on the site. Also, I have found that when you want to remove these are not very easy to remove. If you can tell on that one, the foam is pulled up from the plastic a little bit. They say you can just pinch these and remove them. I don't find that to be the case. I actually had to stick a small, like a dental pick, underneath the foam a little bit and kind of pry up to be able to get these off. So that is another negative in my eyes. Otherwise, I have found that if you kind of lift up your ear a little bit and pop these in, these do form a little bit better to your ear. So what I usually do is pull up like this and stick in like that on each side. And you're going to see the kitten pop up on the video here. So as long as I stick them in like that, they stay in regardless, but they seem to fit in my ear a lot better when I do that. I have mowed the grass, I've walked around, I've watered the grass, I've done some miscellaneous things, working conference calls, moving around the house. I can say that these do stick in the ears, they do feel comfortable. Other than those couple of small things, I don't have any qualms with them. So for the price of 12 bucks, they are pretty good. We will see how long that they last. That is the other concern that I have, is if they're going to last long, but otherwise, you know, for 12 bucks, can't complain too much. Hopefully they work on their shipping time frames. Again, these did take a month to get here. I'm thinking just because these are new, but again, we will see if and when I have to replace them. But otherwise, you can see they are not falling out of my head. They are very solid in there. They don't even feel like they're coming out, so that is good. After spending a little bit more time with the AirPod Pros, I will say after the last firmware update, the latest one that just came out a week or two ago, I do not feel that the active noise canceling is as good as what it was prior. I feel like it is not fully drowning out the frequencies that it did before. The active noise canceling still does work, but I don't feel like it is as good as what it was. Some higher frequencies like the birds chirping outside, I can still hear that stuff. Lower frequencies it seems to do a lot better with. Otherwise, these have for the most part been pretty much a pleasure to deal with. I will say the active noise canceling, it seems like after having these in my ears for a bit, my ears, I do have a little bit of tinnitus from my youth. I was a big bass head, loved to listen to loud music, and I did have some tinnitus. I haven't had it in a while, and it hasn't really bugged me in a while, but I do notice after using these for a bit with the active noise canceling, I think is triggering it, that my tinnitus is coming back to an extent. Otherwise, I think the AirPod Pros are pretty good. Just the functionality of the Hey Siri, you don't have to touch anything, she immediately picks up. That is great. The sound quality of the music is great. The mic quality and sound quality on conference calls, from what I understand, is great. I haven't had anybody complain. Everybody says I'm loud and clear. The only thing I want to point out that is, if you seem to be having an issue that the sound quality is not as good or the active noise canceling is not as good, this is going to sound really dumb, but I found a post that somebody said if you suck on this microphone, that'll suck some of the wax out. As gross as that sounds, it works. I swear to God, it works. I tried it. So if you suck on that microphone on each one of them every once in a while, that will suck some of the wax out that's building up on that microphone or speaker, whatever's in there. And that may help some of the issues as well. It's just uncontrollable. After a while, you are going to get wax buildup on these things, and it is what it is. You can try cleaning it off with an alcohol on a Q-tip. It's going to work to an extent, but it's not actually getting in there. So simply sucking on that, as gross as that sounds, will fix that problem. So that is my basic review from a regular guy on an AirPod Pro. Not having these before, I will say these are significantly better than those Anker Soundcore Liberties. These do not lose connection. The Bluetooth range from being away from my phone is significantly longer range. I haven't had any connectivity issues, no one dropping out and the other one, just everything has been solid with this. Typical Apple stuff, it is pretty reliable stuff and works pretty damn good compared to some of the competitors. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Check out the Dekoni Bulletz, see if you guys like them. Let me know down in the comments below if you have them and you don't like them, or you're waiting on them, and how you feel about these, or if you found anything better. I do hear the Comply stuff is pretty nice. We'll see how these last. If these don't last, maybe I'll try the Comply next time.